guys, welcome back to CRASHMAS day 23, I think. If you can hear Die Hard playing in the back, that's because I'm watching Die Hard and packing. It's 2 a.m. and I'm currently filming the intro slash outro to this week of workouts. But my first question is Die Hard a Christmas movie, yes or no? There is a correct answer. Tell me what you think. But here to take you through an entire week of workouts, my Alive program, Elevate Phase 1 and 2 are 30% off for new users if you use my code Marissa for the New Year's sale, as well as beginning January 5th, the Begin Again Challenge starts and enrollment is available right now, period. So you can just go head over to the app if you're already a member, you're already on the Alive app, just head over there, enroll. You can choose me as your trainer, and it's a really good way to just segue into my full 9-week program. So just get a feel for like what my program's about, challenge yourself, and if you're kind of scared to jump into a 9-week program, it's just, like I said, a really good way to get comfortable, and then we can just like get into the new year with Elevate Phase 1 and Phase 2. Code Marissa on the Live app will get you that 30% discount, and that is only valid for new users. So if you're already on the app, I'm so sorry, but please do enroll in the Begin Again Challenge. This is my first time doing it. I started with Alive right after last year's Begin Again Challenge, so I'm so excited to do it with you guys this year. I will be doing it every single day with you. So it's like we're gonna be working out together. But anyways, taking you through a full week of workouts, what my workouts look like, really nothing new. I know you guys are always asking like, what do I do? What days do I hit what? Cardio, etc. So I do cardio probably 2 to 3 times a week. That is literally just 30 minutes of stairs. I just do it to get my heart rate up. I would run, but running hurts my knees so bad. So I just do stairs. Abs probably, I've been neglecting them a little bit since just like being so busy in December, but I really try to aim for like 2 to 3 times a week. And then steps in general, try to hit a minimum of 10K steps a day. It is hard, but trust me, you can do it. You just have to challenge yourself, make sure you're getting up frequently. If you work a desk job, just like try to get up often, get glasses of water, like park further away in the parking lot, take the stairs, stuff like that. That will help you get your steps up. But those are kind of like the things that I do outside the gym, and then obviously you're gonna watch what I do in the gym. So let me stop yapping and let's hit a full week of workouts.
Hi Bookies, we are about to actually hit legs today. First lift of the week. I'm very excited. Morale is high. Can't tell you that it's going to stay high throughout the week, but I'm feeling really good today. It's just going to warm up for about 10 to 15 minutes on the treadmill, and then we're going to get into this leg day. Just finished walking for about 15 minutes. I am going to dry scoop some pump right now. And I don't know why, but on that treadmill, I lost a lot of motivation. Don't know what happened. I think it's because I realized I do have to hit legs right now. Raw nutrition code Marissa. You already know the deal. Oh, that is sour. Starting on leg press, we're gonna do single leg press, regular leg press, and then we're gonna move into hip thrust. This first set is gonna be single leg, and we're gonna be doing 3 by 8 each leg. I'm just gonna add one more 25. Sorry, this is always so confusing when it's just a single leg. A few things to note. I like to keep my leg higher on the leg press, not too high because then it's just, you know, you're not engaging, but I'm not keeping it low. This hits more of your quad. I want to hit slightly higher so it hits more of my glutes and hamstrings. It's obviously not going to only be felt in your glutes and hamstrings. You still will feel this on your quads. I like to go about just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Toes just the tiniest bit pointed outward. You don't want to be up and down. You don't want to be like this. Just a nice slant outward. And we're going to do 8 reps here. 1, pressing through your whole foot. 2, bracing your core. 3, make sure your hips are square. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can rest between legs. For me right now, I'm just gonna jump right into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ow. One thing I also really like to focus on is not completely locking my knees out at the top. Keep a soft knee throughout the movement. We are going to rest for about 2 minutes and then do that 2 more times. All right, last set. I just did my left leg, gonna hit my right leg. Again, make sure you're not locking out at the top. 1, 2. This should be a challenging weight, you guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ow, 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 it burns. Resting for about 2.5 minutes, but now we're gonna move into a double. So I'm just gonna adjust this machine, and now it's just a regular leg press. And we're gonna be doing 3 by 8 to 10 on a regular leg press. I'm gonna take off the 25s and put on another 45. I'm very scared. I can't remember how much weight I did last time, so this either could be extremely humbling or it's gonna be light and easy for me. Rep range for the 8 to 10, you want to be choosing a weight where you are challenged and you are struggling, but not so struggling so much where you're only able to get 5, 6 reps. If you're only able to get like 7 and like half of your 8, that's okay. Or if your last 1 to 2 reps, you are grinding through, but you still get it, that's kind of a good indicator that you're at a weight range you should be at. If you hit 10 reps and you're like, cut it on 5 more, bump up. And if you're not even hitting that 4, 5, 6 rep range, let's see, lose the ego, lose the weight a little bit, and then progressively work your way up to that higher weight. Pretty straightforward, same as last time, except it's just gonna be 2 legs instead. Feet about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed outward. Remember, you do not want to have locked out knees at the top. 1, 2, brace your core. 3, 6, ow. 7, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, so I do fear I'm gonna have to bump down because I did not think I was gonna get those. I don't know if I can do that for 2 more sets. So I'm gonna bump back down, probably not back to 25, a 45 and a 25, but probably a 45 and a 35 because low-key was fighting for my life on that one. All right, last set here, chat. I'm not gonna lie, I'm freaking cooked. I thought bumping down to 35 pounds would be enough and it's still kicking my butt, but 1, 2, 3, core tight, 4, 5, make sure your heels and toes aren't coming off the platform. 6, 2 more. 7, try to keep your knees from caving. 8, ow. I'm gonna rest and I'm gonna move on over to hip thrust. Typically I move into a hip thrust, but both the hip thrust machines are being used right now. So we're gonna skip and move back to hip thrust later. Right now we're gonna do a barbell RDL. A few things I like to focus on is pressing my hips straight back to the wall behind me rather than picturing myself lowering the weight. More so picture yourself hinging at your hip, and just naturally because you're hinging at your hip, the weight is being lowered. I like to have soft knees, feet about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed outward, and you're just going to lower the weight. I like to drag the bar across my shins and my thighs because you don't want the weight way ahead in front of you like this. Keep it nice and close like this, bending your legs as we go down. If you keep your legs straight, that's going to hit more hamstrings, so we want to hit the glutes a little bit more, so we're going to be bending slightly. I stop right below my knees. As you lower the weight, the point at which your hips stop moving back and you're just lowering at your lower back is where you want to stop. So for me, that's right about below my knees, and then fly up or explode up as much as you can. It's okay if you can't like pop up super fast because of the weight, but in your head, you really want to picture yourself exploding up and then slow and controlled movement on the way down. Really focus on keeping your feet pressing into the ground, pressing away. I used to lean back on my heels a lot and I would get a lot of lower back pain. Distribute the weight and pressure as you're pushing into the ground evenly throughout your entire foot. We're gonna do 8 reps here. Soft knees. 1, 2, neutral spine. 3, 4, 5, core tight. 6, explode up. 7, last one. Ow. I'm gonna rest for about a minute and a half and do that one more time. But first, we gotta tug, baby. I've been not doing good about staying hydrated this workout. Oh my God. We're gonna rest and do that one more time and hope the hip thrust machines by then are up and working. Or no, not they're working, but freed up for us. I feel really proud of myself because I bumped up. Yes, it's only maybe 2.5 pounds on each side, but your girl has been stuck at the 45s for a hot minute, so I feel very proud of myself for adding this. Last set, soft knees. 1, core tight. 2, 3, focus on a neutral spine. 4, 5, 6, ow. Oh my God. I'm gonna rest about 2-3 minutes on top of the time it takes up to set up for hip thrusts. Like grab a water break and then we're gonna do hip thrusts. Blast our glutes, and then I think we'll have one exercise after that. Don't quote me, but I don't think we have to do abs. Typically, I do go heavier on hip thrusts. I usually throw a 35-pound plate extra on top of the 45-pound plates. But one thing about this hip thrust pad is that she's pretty beaten and battered and it hurts my hips so bad. So I'm going to increase the rep range to 10 to 12 instead of 8 to 10, lower the weight and just really focus on form and squeezing and that mind muscle connection. I always feel like it's easier for me to set up my feet once I'm at the bottom. So feet about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed outward, driving through your whole foot, not just your heels, not just your toes, keeping your chin tucked because that helps prevent a curve of your spine, keep your spine neutral and keep your core tight. I like to have my legs at about a 90-degree angle. At the top, if you're too far out, you're gonna hit more hamstring, and if you're too close in, you're gonna hit more quad. So find that sweet spot. 1, hold at the top, chin tucked. 2, core tight. 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to press your knees outward. 7, 8, 9. Shoot. Ow. I know we're decreasing the weight, but if you say that doesn't burn, that maybe you have just glutes of friggin' steel, because a lot of times it doesn't matter how much or how little of weight I use. If you're focusing on that mind muscle and driving and just really squeezing those glutes, my shit gets worse. Gonna rest about a minute and a half and then hit that one last time. This is actually going to be our last exercise. It was supposed to be leg curls, but not gonna lie, this gym has some wonky ass leg curl machines, both seated and lying. So I tried to do a set on one, and I said, you know what? This seems like it's doing more harm than good. So we're gonna do hip abductions. This is my last set. I did 2 before this, rested for about a minute and a half between. I think I'm doing 12 to 15 reps, slow and controlled movements. You don't want to let the weight swing back in. And one thing I really like to do is, rather than sitting back, I don't know why, but I feel like my legs are too short, so it puts my legs at an obtuse angle, and I prefer my legs to be slightly, not so obtuse, but not necessarily a 90-degree angle. So I always sit up and sit forward a tiny bit, whatever is most comfortable for you. 1, 2, control the movement. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh my God, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, ow! Good news is, we don't have to do abs today. Bad news is, we do have to do cardio. So, I'm gonna do about 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. I aim for about 10,000 steps a day, so you guys know, because I know a lot of you guys ask about like my steps, my cardio, like what that routine looks like. I aim for about minimum 10K steps a day, cardio 2 to 3 times a week, and then of course getting at least 100 ounces of water. So we're staying hydrated. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. I probably won't talk to you after stairs, so I love you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Welcome back to day 2 of our week of workouts. I feel like it's getting repetitive, but also like you guys are always in my DMs like, Riz, we want to work out with you, like walk us through the workouts. It helps us so much. Another week of workout from my Alive program. Hitting push, like I said, gonna start with bench, always gonna start with our pre-workout. You know me. Vaughn did his big one with this one. This is his signature series flavor. Only taking pump, not taking caffeine today. I'm gonna warm up and then we're gonna get into bench press. I always start my workouts with warming up. I do follow the Alive workouts, but that's pretty straightforward. So I'm just gonna show you what I do on top of my Alive workout warm-ups. So once I finish that, I move into, I call these shoulder dislocates. I use a band or a PVC pipe, and oof, the stretch is so good. I just go back and forth probably 10, 12 times and then open everything up, stretch. I also did walk on the treadmill for about 30 minutes before this. My body is quite warm. And then I'm going to move into some light lateral raises. I literally just grab a 10-pound plate, single arm, slow. Don't need to be doing anything crazy. Just do about, 10, 11 reps here. The reps I tell you are the reps you need to do. And I swear on my life, I do the reps that are in my program. But when I'm teaching you guys, I can't count and talk to you. So just be aware, if you miscount my reps or like my reps aren't the same as yours, it's because I'm over here just yapping. Left arm, nice and warm up. If you have to swing, you're going too heavy. I could even do this with a 5-pound plate. Just want to warm up the shoulders. All right, going to move into bench. We're gonna do a couple reps with just the bar. Also, we're going to be doing 4 by 5 here. If you're unable to do bench press or you feel nervous or scared, one, I highly suggest, because we're going heavier, do this exercise, let's say with your partner, workout buddy. And if you don't feel comfortable doing this compound movement, you can always do this with dumbbell or like a pre-weighted barbell. There's lots of different options. Or you can even go on a machine and do a press machine. Nothing crazy here, just getting a few reps in and getting comfortable under the bar. Really focus on bringing the bar down to mid-chest / your nipple area and press up. This is a chest exercise, but also you're using your legs. So you're not using your legs in the sense that like you're lifting, but just driving through your heels. Hit your nipple, press up. Make sure your wrists are not bent like this. You want the bar to sit in the palm of your hand. A slight amount of wrist bend is fine, but the heavier you go, the more your wrists will hurt. So keep those wrists nice and straight. Come down. Those should be at a 45-degree angle. You don't want them flaring. I don't know if you can even see my arms. You don't want them flaring. You don't want them close. Just nice and neutral. This is what I'm talking about. So you don't want your elbows to be flared out at the bottom, and you don't want them to be on your sides. You want them at about a 45-degree angle. I just finished resting from my first set. We're doing a total of 4 of these. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to give you cues while doing this, just because with the compound movements, it is a little bit harder. If you're able to get 5 reps and you feel like you could get 6, 7, 8 reps, that's the bump up. Pause this video and go bump up your weight right now. All right, same cues as always. I forgot to mention this. I always have a slight arch in my back. I don't go crazy, but I don't go flat. This helps put your shoulders in a position where it will better protect them. I know I hear a lot of rumors like, don't have an arched back. No, you need to have a slight arch and your shoulders will thank you. I go just outside shoulder width apart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, last set's feeling hard. 5. Oh. That is how your last set should look, where I knew I was gonna get the weight, or maybe I didn't, but you're grinding through that last set. I don't want you being easy breezy, beautiful at the end of your set, okay? With compound movements, I always rest for about 2 minutes in between sets, and then we have 2 more sets after this. All right, this is my last set here. Third set was feeling a little rough, like that last rep I didn't know if I was gonna get. This is how you wanna feel. If you're feeling tired by the end of your set, that is a good thing. The only time that you are going too heavy is if, say, your rep range is 5, like right now, and you can only do 1 rep. You can only do 2 reps. Or you just have terrible form because it's too heavy. That's the only time you should bump down, is when that's happening. But when you're pushing yourself in your last rep of each set, your last 1 to 2 reps, you're driving through your heels, pushing, all that, that is a-okay, okay? That doesn't mean you're going too heavy. You're right where you need to be. 1. 3. 4. That's what your last rep should look like. It's gonna look ugly. All right, I'm gonna rest for about 2 minutes, and then I think we're moving into a dumbbell exercise. I need to double check, but we're all done on bench right now. And don't forget to wipe down your benches. You gotta wipe your nasty ass down, because if you're not sweating, then you're not working hard enough, babes. I just did my first set. I'm also filming this for reels, so that's why I'm not showing all the sets today. I just did my first set, heavy as F. I think it's because I quite literally am going from heavy bench to heavy shoulder press. That's fine, doing 35s. I'm gonna walk you through the exercises without the weights first, because I know for a fact I will be so gassed during the actual exercise. So once you get the dumbbells up, you're gonna press up. That is not a rep, okay? You start at the top. Getting the weight up like this, not a rep. You're just getting into a starting position. So my biggest thing that I used to do wrong is I used to shoulder press like this with my shoulders straight out to my side. That's gonna put your shoulders in a very uncomfortable position. Not necessarily injure yourself, but the heavier you go could lead to an injury just because of the position you're putting yourself in. So I like to bring my shoulders forward, not necessarily a 45-degree angle, but not perpendicular to my body. Is that the right word? Just like this. Just to relieve some of that pressure that you're going to be putting on your shoulders in this position. So like this, a lot of people press up and you can stop at 90 degrees. I just do full range of motion, tap my shoulders and press up. You don't want your back arched, but you don't want your back completely flat. That's not a natural position. A nice, soft, natural position. Trust me, your body will kind of fall into it, because like imagine when you are sitting in a chair and it's a flat chair, your lower back is never directly on the chair. A nice slight arch, but you're not arching, but just get your body in a nice comfortable position. Brace your core, press and come down. Tap, press and come down. You also don't want to be using your shoulders to bounce off of. If you're doing that, it's too heavy. So we're going to be doing 3x6 here. Let's hope and pray I get all 6 reps, because like I said, the first one, once I hit the 5th rep, I was like, oh, this is heavy. This is not a rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Like I said, that's what your last set or rep should look like, where maybe like it doesn't necessarily need to be that heavy, but you want to be grinding through your last couple of reps. Like I cannot emphasize that enough. I feel like before I saw a lot of progress in the gym, it's because I would be doing the rep range given. So say that's 10 reps. I'd be like, easy. 10 reps, done, rest, 10 reps. But like, I was never feeling fatigued after the workout. You should be able to tell, you know, what your body needs and wants. So obviously you don't want to be training so hard that you're fatigued after the first set, after the first exercise, after the first few reps. But I know my body can do about 1 to 2 more sets. But I do know that those last reps on both those exercises were hard. So I want to aim for my last, again, 1 to 2 reps to be hard on the next set. If I can only get 3, probably should have bumped down to 30s and tried to get at least 5 to 6 reps there. But regardless, it is important just getting your muscles under that weight and feeling that and going through the reps. You just don't want to be doing that for every single exercise, for every single set. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm all over the place, but like I'm just trying to give you as much information on the fly as I can. I'm gonna rest for about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, just because this is a higher rep or a higher weight exercise. And then I'm gonna do that one more time and then moving on. I filmed it for reels, but I only got 4 reps of that last set. That's fine. We're just gonna shake it off and move into incline dumbbell press. I think this is what I want. I'm gonna use the same weight. We're gonna do, I don't know if I mentioned the sets of reps for the last one, but that was 3x6. And we're now gonna be moving into 2x8 incline dumbbell press. So I'm gonna do 35 soon. Just because your girl is feeling a little bit fatigued. Kind of the same cues as it was with shoulder press. You want to have a nice, comfortable back position. You don't want your back flat, but you don't want to be arching really aggressively. I forgot to mention that if you arch really aggressively with shoulder press, it's essentially like you're putting your body in a position to do dumbbell incline bench. So that's why we don't want that excessive arch with the shoulder press. Same thing here though, no excessive arch, but you don't want a flat back. You're gonna lower the weights. Make sure it's kind of the same cues as bench press. You don't want your elbows flared. You don't want them tight to the side. Just nice, about 45-degree angles, coming down, tapping your chest, not bouncing off your chest. We're doing 8. Remember, this is not a rep. We start right here. 1, 2, make sure you're keeping your core nice and tight throughout the movement. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof, my shoulders are cooked. 8. Thank goodness. We're only doing 2 sets there. I'm gonna rest for about 1.5 minutes, do 1 more set, and then we're gonna move into a dumbbell front raise. So one thing to know about this push workout is that going from bench, which is chest, but also shoulders, then going into shoulder press, which is shoulders, and then going into incline bench, which is chest, upper chest, and shoulders, you will feel fatigued as F. I didn't get my last 2 reps of my last set of incline dumbbell press. That's fine, just noting that. But still be pushing yourself, but not too much. We're gonna move into dumbbell front raises. So I only did 2x8 on the incline. And now, let me see. We're gonna be doing 3x10 of dumbbell front raises. You can do a single barbell, but I like to just alternate with a dumbbell. So that's 10 each arm, not 5 each arm. 20 total, but 10 each arm. So a few things to note. You don't wanna be swinging your body. I like to keep soft knees, not bent. Slight bend in my upper body, and then raise. I keep also soft elbows. You don't want your arm locked out as you're raising. So slight bend. And you don't want to be swinging like that. You don't want to be like this. So if you're doing that, it's too heavy. Nice soft elbows, raising. Just another note, you will not be able to do like 25, 30 pounds here. I'm only doing 15s, and I might need a bump down for my next set. Feet shoulder width apart, core tight, no swinging, soft knees. You don't want to be standing straight up like this. Nice and soft. And I lost count. Are we surprised? Gonna rest for about 60 seconds, maybe 1.5 minutes. Do that 2 more times. And then we're moving on to dips, which are quite difficult in my opinion. I'm gonna need to do these with a band. So we're doing 3x8 here. You can do these on an assisted machine. You can do these body weight. You can add a belt for more weight, or you can put a band down. I like to use a band personally because sometimes I feel like I can get a couple body weight ones and then I'll finish out the rep with unassisted band. So for example, I don't know though. Maybe we'll do like 2 reps without the band, and then I'm probably gonna need to use the band. Oh yeah, 3 is looking like it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, body weight exercises are so freaking humbling. Wow. I'm gonna rest for 2 minutes and then we're gonna do that 2 more times for 8 reps. I really want you to focus on getting all the reps. If that means you have to do 2 body weight and then 6 assisted, fine, great, as long as you're getting those reps in and challenging yourself. Let's do it, Chad. You get the ASMR. It might be too loud in the gym to get the gulping ASMR. Last set. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm freaking cooked, so we're gonna start with the band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. Nope. I feel like you can't even see my shoulders in these. We are done with all the exercises except for abs. We don't skip core, besties. So I'm going to clean up here and then we're going to move over to do 2 sets of hanging leg raises. A few things to note. I always love to retract my shoulder blades to prevent my body from swinging. You can do straight leg. If that's too difficult for you, you can do knee tucks, and I'll do those to show you. But we're going to do about 10 to 12. So we're swinging, retract your shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm freaking done, you guys. One last chug because I gotta make sure my baby girls are hydrated before I leave you for the day. Or leave you for this push workout. I might do stairs after this. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a little surprise if you see me pop up on the stairs after this. But yeah, as always, my code MRSA, well, for everything, saves you. But this whole week is from my Elevate program. There is a 7-day free trial. Head over to the Alive app. Use my code for 10% off your subscriptions. You have to put in your credit card, but you're able to cancel after 7 days, so you can get that 7-day free trial. Make sure you really love working out with me. You can watch all my weekly workouts to really make sure this program is something that you would be interested in, you would love to do, love to work out with me, and then we can work out together. I may or may not see you on the Stairmaster. We shall see. But if not, I will see you guys tomorrow for a leg day. It's leg day tomorrow, besties. Ooh. Anyways, love you. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm a little bit stressed because yesterday I was like, I'll see you guys tomorrow for leg day, and I always forget that my leg days are hard. I'm not just saying that. I'm so serious. I just looked over this workout and I literally sat on the toilet looking at my sets and reps, and I said, we gotta lock in today. That chest workout yesterday kicked my butt. Today's workout, I fear it will put me on my ass, but let me just shut up, get some pre-workout, raw nutrition code MRSA. Not that it's staying on there. This does have a little bit of caffeine in it. I'm just gonna take the tiniest bit amount because I already did drink this, which is just straight pump, but I just like to have a little bit to sip on throughout my workout, or like to have right before my workout. So it kind of like, it's not extended release, but I drink this 20 to 30 minutes before my workout while I'm walking on the treadmill. And so it's like in my system, but it sometimes wears off toward the end of my workout. So if I take a tiny bit before my workout, it kind of hits mid-end of workout. Does that make sense? So we're gonna take a tiny scoop, and then we're gonna hit this leg day, and we're actually gonna start on hip thrusts. Oh, I'm also brand new Gymshark Storm. I just did a full try-on video for you guys, which will actually be out before this, so it doesn't even matter, but code MRSA10, always code MRSA, when in doubt, I'll save you money, you know that. Let me shut up and get on with this workout. Okay, got that in the system, and let's get into this workout before I literally pack up and leave. It's feeling like one of those days. Very first exercise is gonna be machine hip thrust. I personally hate machine hip thrust. I really do. Just because I feel like they can never really get me in the right positioning, or the barbell or like pad hurts my hip. There's really no other good option here. So we're just gonna use this machine. If I did have everything the way I wanted, I would definitely be doing this on a Smith machine or just with a regular Smith machine. I'm just gonna warm up here, and I'm just gonna run through some of my biggest cues with you as we warm up, because it's hard to work out and talk to you guys at the same time. And you guys know me, I can't count for sure. Once we get into our working set, this will be 4x8, but this is just a warm up. I did walk on the treadmill for about 30 minutes before this. I already know this is gonna feel funny. What I like to do, get my feet just wider than shoulder width apart. Don't have my toes pointed outward, don't have them inward, but not straight up and down, just like, oh, a little, just a hair out. You want to create a 90-degree angle with your legs. So if you're further than that, you might feel it more in your hamstrings. And if you're closer than a 90-degree angle, you might feel that more in your quads. It doesn't have to be exactly 90 degrees because our bodies are all just a tiny bit different, and it's going to be a little bit different, but move around. Find out what's comfortable for you. And then we're going to lift the weight. Sometimes I like to just sit at the bottom and readjust my feet. Driving up, squeezing the glutes. You're keeping your chin tucked and your back nice and neutral. As you go down, explode up, slow on the way down. Driving through the entirety of your foot, not just your heels. Slow and controlled. Drive up. Keeping your chin tucked helps prevent wanting to arch your back like this. Like my back is extremely arched. The heavier you get, you're gonna feel a lot of pain. So keep your core nice and tight, spine neutral, chin tucked, squeeze at the top and lower. Just like that. Oh, I'm gonna load 25 more pounds on each side, and then we're gonna get into this workout for real. I just did one set. I know it's kind of confusing because usually I take you through every single set. And I know I said this yesterday, but just reminding you, I am filming this for reels as well. So that's why I'm not doing every single set with you, but don't you worry. Regardless, I'm doing every single set. Getting situated. Again, I just kind of like sitting at the bottom and getting my feet right because I can't really see my feet when I'm elevated like that. Drive up. Fall on the way down. 2, passing through my whole foot. 3, brace your core. 4, squeeze at the top. 5, ow. 6, 7, 8, ow. I'm gonna rest for about 2 minutes between each set. One thing I want to make note of is I do not go heavy on hip thrust. I know you see a lot of girls throwing like 3, 4, 5 plates on hip thrust, pop off queen. For me personally, I can't get great glute engagement. I usually stick to a lower rep and adjust that weight obviously as my reps and sets adjust. But I rarely go over 2 plates on this because at that point, it's so heavy. I'm using my whole body to get the weight up and I'm not really targeting my glutes like I want. So I'm gonna rest for about 1 minute 30 and then we have 2 more sets. Okay guys, this is my last set, thank goodness. Buckling into a machine is literally so fun to me. Regular cues as usual. Get my feet right. 1, 2, squeeze at the top. 3, slow and controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, hold. 8, hold. All right, I'm gonna rest about 2-3 minutes. And unfortunately, I do believe we have Bulgarian split squats after this. So get your rest in. Hold on, let me grab my water. I'm gassed. Stay hydrated, queen, and get your rest in. I'll see you at Bulgarian split squats. We are gonna be doing split squats over here because it's insanely busy over by the dumbbells. My thing is I've never used one of these things, so I'm just not quite sure what height I need to be at. Hold on, let me test. Yeah, maybe that height, maybe a little lower, I don't know. We're doing 3 by 8 each leg, so 16 total. You can, if you want, rest in between each leg. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. At 50 pounds, a few things I'm going to go over really quickly with you right now is I like to sit down like this to find out where my foot should be. So I like to have my foot about a 90-degree angle, a tiny bit more, tiny bit less, but I don't want to be like this and I don't want to be like this. Toes just like slightly pointed outward. I like to remind you guys, this is your working leg. You're not pressing up with that back leg. That back leg is there for 90% stability and balance. If naturally, like, yes, you will be pressing a tiny bit with it. I still do, but we're really focusing on pressing through our front leg and our back leg is just there for support. So I do opposite leg, opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'Rest for about 20 seconds. Move into my other leg. A few cues I like to remember. The more forward lean you have, the more glute engagement you're gonna get. The more upright you are, the more quad engagement you're gonna get. Because today we're hitting more of the full leg, I'm not too pressed about leaning super far forward, but I also, if I can hit a little more glute, every once in a while, I'm gonna hit a little more glute. On the other side, I like to just sit down in it like this. I'm already tired. Oh yeah, 2 more sets after this. Really focus on keeping your core tight. Your knee can touch the ground on the way down, but I don't want you hitting the ground. If anything, it's a tap, it's a graze, it's a light of the floor. You're not landing, resetting, and pressing back up on your knee. If you can't just tap or barely hover above the ground, I don't want you touching the ground at all. You should be slow and controlled on the way down and driving up. Balancing is the #1 hardest part of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bulgarian split sets kicked my ass, so I'm definitely gonna be resting for about 2 minutes before I do my next 2 sets. This is my last set on my right side. I may have forgot to record my left side. I did it. We're just doing 8 reps here. Get nice and situated. Again, back leg. She's there for support. If we want a little more glute engagement, which me, I could use all the glute help and growth I can get. So I'm gonna have a tiny bit of a forward lean, but nothing crazy. So we're gonna do 8 reps here. 1, 2, core tight, pressing through your whole foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So glad to be done with that. Ew, I hate Bulgarian split squats, but I do love a unilateral movement because me, I'm very off balance. My right side, a lot stronger than my left. So best believe we're gonna be working on our unilateral movements. Moving into leg extension, which getting this right is so difficult. I really like to find that proper like pivot point. So I like to have my knee lined up right where there's usually just like a bolt right there. If I'm too far forward, if I'm too far back, it hurts my knee. You have to find that sweet spot. I like to picture myself pressing my butt into the seat, keeping your core tight, pressing down. You don't want to be lifting your butt off the seat to get that extension. So we're going to do 10 reps here. 1, 2, slow and controlled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, frick. 8, 9. Ow, 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 ow. That type of burn is insane. I haven't mentioned it this workout. I mention it all the time, but I just like to remind you guys, those last few reps should be hard. Like when I hit 7 reps, I was like, am I gonna get the last 3? And you have to push through that. If you're blowing through 10 reps and you can do 12, bump up that weight, girl. Bump it up right now. I'm gonna rest for about a minute and a half, and we're gonna do that 2 more times. I'm doing 3 total sets. This is my second set. Leg press. I'm so tired. And I was technically supposed to do calf raises after this, but then I saw this hip abduction machine behind us and I decided that we're gonna hit this, do 3 sets of hip abduction, finish with 2 sets of RDLs and be done. No cardio for me today. Not doing that. I know I skipped the well, no, shoot. I did skip cardio. Not me clocking myself. I did skip cardio yesterday. All right, looks like we're doing stairs. No, I skipped it yesterday. We're not gonna grow fat asses with a bad attitude. So let me throw in my attitude, my bad attitude. We're gonna hit cardio. We're blessed to be able to hit cardio and have the health to challenge ourselves to be better. But seriously, don't take your health for granted because like with my gut issues, and I know it's obviously not life-threatening, but like I dealt with some health issues before the gut stuff a while back and had to go to the emergency room a couple times. And again, although not life-threatening, not being able to use your body to like its fullest is like extremely eye-opening. And I don't know, just a reminder, be grateful the health that you have and the capable things your body is able to do. I'm trying to pep talk, but there's like literally nothing. There's just so much like blood pumping through my brain. I feel like it's like fogging me. Anyways, I need to shut up. Leg press, 3 by 10, challenge yourself. Feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Toes slightly angled outward. 1, pressing through the whole foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely also recommend different shoes than this. 8, 9. Ow. Another cue, don't fully lock out your knees at the top. Keep a nice, soft knee. I'm gonna rest for 2 minutes, hit that one more time, and then we're moving on. We are, in fact, vlogging the vlog. Kind of a brain F, but that's what we're doing here. Because I keep forgetting to show you the BTS, and then it'll be the end of the night, and I'm like, shoot, I meant to show the girlies like the BTS of what me and Aunt do all day when we are locked in getting content. We're moving into hip abduction. So there's hip adduction, which is the inside, abduction, outside. Every machine's a little bit different. I don't know how much weight I'm gonna do. So we're gonna be doing 12 to 15 here. A lot of people sit back. I don't know why, but I feel like since my legs are short, it puts my knees in a weird angle. So I like to sit forward so my knees can be more of a 90-degree angle rather than being out like that. 1, 2. Don't let the weight fly in. 3, 4. And by fly in, I mean like this. Don't do that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ow, 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 ow. I'm gonna need probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes here. Doing that 2 more times. And then, oh shoot, we got RDLs and cardio. Not me about to say we're out of here because we're gonna be here for a minute, besties. So this is only 2 sets of RDLs. I already did my first one, so we're this close to being done. A few things I always like to remind you about with RDLs. Feet about shoulder width apart, if not a smidge wider, but you don't want to be too close. Nice, soft knees, not bent, not straight. And you are going to focus on pushing your hips to that back wall like this. Your knees will be bending as you come down. Once your hips don't go down any further and you're just leaning over like this, stop. So for me, that's right below my knees. Pull up with your glutes, press through the floor with the entirety of your foot, and then slow and controlled on the way down. Explode up. I like to keep my hands dragging. I like to not literally dragging, but picture them dragging along your knees so you're not having the weight swing out. Dragging, just like that. We're doing 10 here, and then we're done with the weight portion of our workout. Explode up, core tight, neutral spine. 2, pressing through your whole foot. 3, this will really help mitigate lower back pain. 4, don't allow your knees to cave. 5, 6, 8. I forgot to mention I rested for about a minute and a half between this set and my previous one. We're done with dumbbells. I'm probably just gonna rest for 5-10 minutes, collect myself, hydrate, and then we're gonna go do stairs. Because we skipped cardio yesterday, we can't skip cardio 2 days in a row. We're better than that. I do fear I skipped cardio yesterday, but for good reason. I had a lot of other work to film and get content for. So by the time we were done doing that at one gym and then we went to a second gym to get more content, I was like, cardio's not in the cards for us right now. With that being said, I swear on my freaking life, I'm going to be doing stairs after this workout. I typically do cardio about 3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes on stairs. So good news is we still have a few more days in the week to get our cardio in. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you guys because 1, I was like, I'm gonna do cardio. But 2, I just want to remind you guys that it's okay if things don't work out as you planned. Like, it's not the end of the world. I don't want you to get stressed and feel overwhelmed if you had put in your schedule cardio, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you only were able to do cardio Monday and Friday. I promise, don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay. We're going to make up for it today. Dry scooping, sour AF, pump only. Brown Oceans and Cove, Marissa says. Save you some coin. That is sour. We are going to be hitting a pull day today. So pull, I did walk for about 15 minutes on the treadmill before this. Let's get into it. My body is feeling it from the last few days. So I don't know how today's going to go, but regardless, we're going to challenge ourselves and try to push ourselves. But I don't know, for some reason, it's feeling a little slow going today. Starting off with pull-ups, I have been really wanting to get better at my pull-ups. I used to be so good at them. And then now I freaking suck at them. So today we're gonna be doing 3x4 sets. If you are unable to get all 4 unassisted pull-ups, do as many unassisted as you can and then jump to an assisted machine or at a band and make sure you're getting all those reps. In my opinion, that's the only way you're gonna get better at pull-ups. Like, if every day you just do 1 pull-up and just keep doing 1 pull-up, you're not gonna get better. So do your 1 pull-up that you can do and then go hop on an assisted machine and finish out your reps, or grab a cable and finish out your reps just to get your body comfortable and really fatigue those muscles and stress those muscles and train them. to be better at pull-ups. A few things I really like to focus on with pull-ups is keeping your shoulders back, down, and retracted, and then pulling, and picture yourself pulling your elbows to your sides like that. Also, you want to make sure you're getting your head over the bar. If your head's not getting over the bar, that's not a rep. And for me, a pull-up is when this is the bar, your hands are like this, not like this, not like this. This is a chin up, but we're doing just a medium grip pull-up like this. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling like a little bit nervous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Okay, wait. That actually felt better than I thought it was gonna feel. Doing 3 total sets here. I have 2 more. I'm gonna rest for about 2.5-ish minutes because this is like a compound movement. I just like to allow myself to rest properly with these bigger movements. Next exercise, we are gonna be doing a pull down. We're gonna be doing 3 by 10. Also, yeah, I did finish my other reps. Absolutely gas. This is one hard thing with having pull-ups and pull downs back to back is I always feel exhausted from the pull-ups, and then we have to go into essentially the same movement. For me personally, I'm able to do higher rep with lat pull down because, well, I can only get like 6 total pull-ups right now in a row. With here, I can go a little bit heavier. We're gonna do 3 by 10. Every machine is like a little different, so I never know what weight I want. A few cues, kind of the same as pull down here. I'm gonna go nice and light so I can walk you through it. So I am not doing wide grip, so this would be wide grip, or anything from like this bend and out is wide grip. We're not doing like a close grip, we're not doing reverse grip, anything like that. I'm just doing a nice kind of like midline grip. So it's just gonna be like you're right in the middle grip right here. I like to go right where the bar bends. I put my pinky on that and then I spread my hands out. So again, focusing on slow and controlled movements, you're going to pull down, picture your elbows reaching toward your waist, slow and controlled on the way up, pull to your chest. If your back is straight like this and you're pulling like this, I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell you the science behind it, but I like to puff my chest a little bit so the bar can land right on my chest right there. Slow and controlled on the way up. You don't want to let the bar fly up. If you're doing that, well, stop. Like, please stop. Like I said, we're doing 3 by 10 here. 1, slow and controlled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Ow! That felt like a good rep range for me. If you are able to do way more than 10, best bump up. And if you can only get like 6, I'm gonna need you to, lose the ego and bump down your weight because I really do want you to be hitting that rep range. I'm gonna rest for about 1.5 minutes and then we're gonna do that 2 more times. Last set of pull downs. Just gonna reiterate some cues for you guys. Slow and controlled movements. Touch your chest. 1, 2, allow for a full stretch at the top. 3, that you're pulling your elbows to your sides and leading with your elbows, not your hands. 4, 5, keep your core tight. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9. Ow, 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 ow. My lats are cooked. I'm gonna rest for about 2 minutes, and then I think our next exercise is gonna be a curl. And then we're gonna do one last back exercise, and then one last bicep exercise. I think that's what's next. Dumbbell curls. We're gonna be doing 3 by 10 each arm, so 20 reps total. I like to focus on making sure my feet are about shoulder width apart. Soft knees, we're not locked out, but we're not bending them. Nice and soft. Bring my shoulders back, kind of lock them into place. You don't want to have your shoulders up here. You want to keep them nice and locked. Biggest thing, keep your elbows at your side. They should be glued to your side. So we're going to be raising like this, squeeze at the top. And I like to supinate my hands on the way up. So that means palms facing upward. So they start palms facing my side. As I bring the weight up, supinate upward, squeeze, lower slowly. Supinate upward, squeeze, lower slowly. 10 each side. I've literally lost count. Okay, I promise we will count the next set because I was just talking too much. I have no idea how many I did, but it was burning. I really felt like I couldn't do 1 or 2 more reps. I usually only rest for about a minute and 15 with this exercise. And then I already did 1, total of 3. And then we're gonna move back to another back exercise after this. Last set here. I promise I'm not going to lose count. Remember, elbows tight to your side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're swinging the weight, too heavy, okay? Controlled. 5, 6, 7, elbows to your side. 8, 9, 10, core tight. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, ow, 16, 17, 2 more, 19, squeeze at the top, 20, oh, ow. I'm still gonna rest for about 2-ish minutes, then we'll get into single arm cable rows. These are single arm cable rows. We're gonna be doing each side. You know me and my unilateral movements. I like to make sure the cable is not all the way up, but maybe 1 or 2 notches down. And then, well, obviously we're gonna do 1 arm at a time, but I really like to focus on, first off, opposite arm, opposite leg, full stretch at the top, pull to your hip, slow and controlled on the way back, pull to your hip, core is tight. 3, I like to look at my arm coming down. That kind of helps me engage. I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ow! Also, I just want to show you kind of see the angle of my arm. If the cable was 2 notches higher, it would just be putting me at a higher angle, and I don't want to be pulling from up here. I want to be pulling from more of like this type of angle. So I'm going to rest for about 15-30 seconds between arms. Do the left arm for a total of 3 sets, 10 reps each side. I also haven't been telling you guys to chug during this workout. I clearly have not been chugging, so we're going to do a quick chug. I'm watching you. I don't want to chug too much because I have cardio after this and I need to save her. So we're not going to chug too much, but make sure you stay hydrated. Gonna finish up this exercise with the left side. Remember, opposite arm, opposite leg. Think about pulling with your lat and not your arm. Full stretch, slow and controlled. 2, pull down to your elbow. You don't want your shoulder up by your ear. You want to keep your shoulders down. 3, you don't want to be squished up. Squished up? Is that the right word? 5, 6, keep your core tight. Full stretch. 7, 8, 9, 10. Done with that, I'm gonna rest and we're gonna set up actually for cable curls on the machine. This is my last exercise. We're gonna do 3 by 10 cable curls here. Same as regular dumbbell curls. You don't want to be shrugging your shoulders. Keep them low and locked. You don't want to be swinging with your elbows. Keep your elbows glued to your sides, only hinging at the elbow. Slow and controlled, soft knees. 1, 2, core tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, ow. 7, I don't think I can get 10. 8. To be fair, that was my last set, so that's why I wasn't able to do 10. And that's it. Hold on, let me double check. Just a reminder, I am filming this for reals too, which is why you guys aren't seeing all the sets and reps. Oh, we have abs. Gotcha, we have abs. Let's go finish the abs. We're only doing 2 sets here, but nothing new. Just gonna be doing hanging leg raises. I always like to bring my shoulders up, retract them so it prevents swinging, and then we're just going to lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ow! Oh. I'm gonna do 1 more set, and then the next time you see me, I'll be walking my ass on those stairs. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I know I feel like my vibes are a little down because I just didn't want to be here, but that's just the reality of it. But regardless, in a few minutes, you will see my ass on those Stairmasters. And then tomorrow, I'll catch you for, what day is it tomorrow? I think tomorrow's leg day. No. Full body. Tomorrow's full body day. See you guys tomorrow. Hello you guys, welcome back to the very last day of our week of workouts. I genuinely thought this day would never come. Starting off with RDLs, I've already got the barbell set up, but I'm excited for this one. Sipping on my pump only, of course. It was my mom's birthday, October 2nd, that I literally had my last lick of caffeine. Pump only, code Marissa, does save you at Raw Nutrition. Let's get into the workout. We're gonna do 4x6 here. So choose a weight that is challenging, but if you can hit more than 6, like babe, bump up. You're stronger than that. I graduated from 135 to 145 today. So let's hope I don't break my back. Make sure you're keeping your core tight throughout the entire movement. Not me forgetting to put on my headphones. 1, I like to stop just below my knee. 2, 3, go, 4, oh my God. It's definitely my grip strength that goes before my legs do, but I'm gonna rest for about 2 minutes. We're gonna perform that 2 more times, and I'm also gonna drink a water after this. I'm not gonna go grab it right now because I'm tired, but next set, we'll be chugging together. This is going to be, oh, also, I know you peeped the fit. Yeah, that's a little aggressive. Does it make me look snatched? Absolutely. Is it something I would feel comfortable wearing to like a crunch fitness? Absolutely not. It does make me look like a baddie. It is just a little loud for me. It looks baddie, but it's just like, this isn't the normal wrist. Last set, 6 reps here. Whenever I get tired toward the end of my sets, I really try to focus on keeping my core tight, because when I'm fatigued, I stop thinking about keeping my core tight, and then that's what leads to like lower back pain when you are loading heavier weight. Shoulder width apart, soft knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also think I misspoke earlier. I said 3 sets. We're doing 4x6 here. This is my last set though, but I just want to make sure you guys aren't only doing 3 sets. This is 4x6. Next exercise, we are going to be doing dumbbell shoulder press. A lot of things I like to focus on. Sorry, I've kind of learned that I don't do well talking while doing the exercises, so that's why I'm explaining before I get the dumbbells in my hands. So once you get the weight up, turn the dumbbells, you throw them up. This, not a rep. This will be your first rep. Getting the weight above your head does not count. A few things. When you're lowering the weight, make sure you're slow and controlled. Don't have your shoulders back like this. This will put stress on your shoulders, and as you get stronger and start going heavier, potentially could cause discomfort in this position or lead to injury. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just, you know, be cautious. I like to bring my arms from this position right here. I don't know if you would consider that a 45-degree angle. You don't want to be like this. You don't want to be like this, but right about here puts you in a nice, comfortable position to not hurt your shoulders. I like to lower the weight slowly, tap my shoulders, and then explode up. You can hit 90 degrees if you want. I prefer just to go all the way down. If you do go all the way down, make sure you aren't using your shoulders to bounce back up. If anything, it's a touch or you're just hovering right above those shoulders. In terms of your core and your back, you do not want to have your back flat against the bed. This is a very not natural position and it's not comfortable. You don't want to have a huge arch though. When you arch your back like this, you're essentially doing an incline dumbbell press. So it's going to hit more of that chest, which we do not want. You don't want it flat though. I would say get into what would be a comfortable position if you're just to be sitting in a chair that's slightly inclined. Your back is going to have a little bit of gapping on that seat. That is fine. That is normal. I just don't want excessive arching and I don't want you to be pushing your lower back into the seat. Nice, natural. Keep your core tight. Drive through your legs. Don't lift your butt as you're driving, but you're pressing through the ground and lifting the weight. Again, core tight. Now that I talked your ear off, let's get into it. We're going to be doing 3 by 6 to 8 here. So this is not a rep. Our first rep is going to be right here. 1. We don't want this. Okay, no. 3, 4, 5, core tight. 'Gonna rest for probably a minute and 15 seconds, and we're gonna do that one more time. I really would just want to emphasize one more time, keeping your shoulders in this position. The second you get back here, it's not gonna feel good. Even if lighter weight, it feels fine. I promise you, once you start getting heavier, it's not gonna be good for you and your shoulders. Our last set here, remember, this is not a rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one. My shoulders are cooked. Moving into a single leg press. I like to keep my leg not high, but not low, but kind of, if there's a middle line, just slightly above middle, so I hit slightly more hamstring and glute action. You still will feel this heavy in your quads, but just to have a slight glute focus. Toes, not up and down, not to the side, not even 45-degree angle, but just like a smidge out from the original starting point. Do not lock your knees when you're at the top of this movement. Press up. Keep your core tight. 1, 2. Make sure your hips are square. 3. Press through your whole foot. 4, 5, 6. Ow. 7. 8. Ow. If you want, you can rest between legs. I'm not going to. I'm just going to hop into the right leg. 1, 2. Also try to focus on keeping your knees driving outward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ow. We're doing a total of 3 by 8 each leg, so 16 total. That was actually my last set because I already told you guys I'm filming this for reels as well. I rested for about 2 minutes in between those just because with leg press, it is a slightly more taxing exercise. So I did give myself a little bit more rest time. Oh my God. I'm about to get a drink of water after this. I'm ashamed though. This is my first opening of my water bottle. You guys know I'm better than this. I'm terrible. Not me being a hypocrite, and I'm the queen of hydration. We were originally going to do a cable row. I decided I want to do single arm cable row, not the seated double one, because the seated one, my torso is so long. Like, please look at how tall my torso is. Always just feels so uncomfortable for me because my torso is long, so I want to stay upright. But like, my legs are so short that I don't get enough tension on the cable because I'm not far enough away. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm gonna move to single arm cable row. This is one of my favorite back exercises because I truly feel like I can get one of the best engaging for the lats. So let's start with the left arm, always opposite arm, opposite leg. So if I'm hitting the left side, my right leg is gonna be the leg that is up. Full stretch at the top. Ooh, that feels good. Palm, when I'm at the top, is facing downward, and as I pull, I turn my palm inward. Picture yourself driving your elbow to your hip. Really engage that lat. And if you picture pulling with your elbow rather than your hand, you're gonna get that better lat engagement. 3, full stretch at the top. 4, slow and controlled. Core tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can rest between arms. I personally am not going to, but I really, well, I guess it's kind of a rest now since I'm talking to you, but really focus on choosing a weight where that last 1 to 2 reps is going to be challenging for you. I know I say it every freaking time, but that is one thing that made my gains, I swear, jump significantly, was just the fact that I was really focusing on challenging myself and not just doing weights I knew I could hit. Right side, again, opposite arm, opposite leg, full stretch at the top. Drive with your elbows. 1, 2, really focus on that mind muscle connection. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest for about a minute and a half, and then we're gonna do that one more time. So a total of 3 rounds, 10 reps each side. Last exercise of the day, we are just gonna be finishing off this full body with 2 sets of bicep curls. I originally was gonna do incline, and for some reason, I just don't like incline curl. I don't know why, maybe because it's hard, and that's on me for being a little wuss, but we're gonna be doing barbell curls. Really like to focus on thinking of keeping your arms glued to your sides. So you're only hinging at your elbows. Nothing else should be moving. If you're having to lift your arms like this, the weight is way too heavy, way too heavy. Like I said, keep your arms glued to your side. None of this, way too heavy. So we're doing 10 reps, and make sure you're squeezing your biceps at the top. I like to think soft knees, not bent, not locked out, feet about shoulder width apart. And then also make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders up. Keep your shoulders nice and locked back. 1, 2, 3, oh God, 4, 5. Not me not taking my own advice. This is way too heavy for me. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Don't be a pussy. 9. Oh God, thank goodness that was my second of the 2. I typically wouldn't be doing cardio after this, but since I skipped cardio 2 days this week earlier, it'd be like that. I'm gonna do stairs only for about 15 minutes today. So nothing crazy, just get my heart rate up, and yeah, I feel good. Just ended the last day of the week. I do sometimes train on Saturdays. It really depends on how my body's feeling. I know this is only a 5-day split. Me personally, if I'm really feeling energized, I will work out on a Saturday. Nothing crazy, but yay, we're done. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I mostly like to do these, 1, to help guide you in the gym if you don't know how to do exercises, but 2, give you a little taste of what my Elevate program is all about. A girl DM'd me the other day and goes, girl, your program is deceivingly hard. I know. Like, writing it out on paper, I'm like, oh, like, my girl's got this, I got this. And then half the time I'm freaking doing the workout and I'm like, what bitch did this? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm the bitch. Anyways, I'm just saying, I feel like not a lot of other women have programs like this where I really like to focus on that strength aspect at the beginning of my workouts, and then we focus on a lot more accessory work, because I know a lot of like programs that I've seen personally don't have those compound movements, don't have bench, don't have back squat. You know, they usually just do like hip thrust or leg press, and that's completely fine. I don't know, I feel like my program's a little different, and like I just love feeling strong and empowering other women to feel just as strong and not be afraid to lift heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and working out with me. You'll see me next on the stairs, and then I'm sure I'll film like a little full-blown outro. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Come work out with me. The Alive app, I'll leave a link below. If you use my code MARISSA, it will save you money on your subscriptions. Okay, Love you.
Now I'm trying to figure out if I should outro this video in the same spot, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching Vlogmas. Today's the 23rd day of Vlogmas, so we have 2 more videos. It's crazy how fast this entire month of Vlogmas went by. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I love you so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow.